Hi, this is Mrs. Sebastian, and we're going to look at the Dog Debate portfolio. So this is the sheet that you were given for your directions, listed on Connexus in Unit 7 for your portfolio. Then they give you a list of dogs in the small, medium, large, and giant category, and you're going to choose one of those. So on the next slide, you'll see that I have chosen one breed from each one. It does not matter which you choose. It's just as a title for the table. So on this slide, we're going to look at number 1, 2, and 3. So number 1, choose a dog breed in each size category. You're going to use that table on the last slide or on page 2 of your directions to solve this one. Okay, you're going to list those at the top of your table like I did here. We're going to complete the table to show the dog year equivalent for each breed. Okay, from age 2 to 5 years old. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look over here and write down the age in human years. So at a small dog is 23 years old into human years. It increases 4 dog years every year. So if they're 23 years old at 2 years, then they're going to increase 4 years. 23 plus 4 is 27. Add another 4, and we get that they're 31 at 4 years. And add another 4, and that's 35. So now we get to write that into an expression. And we're going to put x minus 2, because they told us that as a hint. And every year past 2, they increase 4 years. So 4 times that. So let's see what that would be at 3 years. 3 minus 2 is 1. Times 4 is 4. And we need to add the age they were at 2 years. 23. So let's make sure that works. If we plug in a 5, 4 times 5 minus 2 plus 23. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 23 is 35. Yes, that checks out. So our expression works. Now we're going to look at our medium. Okay, at 2 years, a medium dog is 24 dog years. And it increases 5 dog years for every 1 human year. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fill in the chart. So at 3 years, 24 plus 5 would be 29. I'm going to add 5 again. And then add 5 to 34 and get 39. So we're going to plug it in. Notice this is going to be very similar to the first expression. We're going to have the x minus 2. We're going to add what we started with, the 24. And then we're going to multiply where that 4 was in the first expression. That was the amount of increase each year. So we're going to put the amount of increase each year there. So our expression for this one is 5 times x minus 2 plus 24. Okay, I did the first 2 columns, so you're going to do the last 2, following the exact same format there. Now we're going to choose what you consider to be really old, but realistic age for people. So I'm going to say 60. Even though that may not be really old, it's still a realistic age for most. So I'm going to put 60 there. And I've written our expressions that we came up with on the last slide here. And we're going to plug in 60 where we see x. So I'm going to rewrite this for times 60 minus 2 plus 23. And 60 minus 2 is 58. You could use your handy dandy calculator here. 4 times 58 is 232 plus 23. And when you add the 23, you do get 245. So now I'm going to do the median. So I'm going to plug in that same 60. I get 58 when I subtract. Five times 58 is 290 plus 24, and when I add those, I do get 314. Now you're going to continue and fill this one out. Large and extra large, or large and giant. Okay, so now for each expression you write, plug in that value you chose in step 4. So this isn't actually something new that you're doing. All you're doing is adding it to your chart down here. So I've done the first two. You still have these other two columns here to fill in. Okay, and 7 and 8, I want you to tell me why you think that chart on the last slide would be better than the old way. And the old way is 7 years for each human year. So if I had a dog for 5 years, the dog was 35. If I had a dog that was 10 years old, it was 70 years old, and so on. So use that chart and tell me a reason why. Give me an argument of some sort. And then I know the big question is always, okay, Miss Sebastian, I've got the idea. I kind of know what's going on, but what do I turn in? So what I want you to turn in is your chart, just like mine on slide 5. Okay, that's that chart where you filled in the age at 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, the expression you came up with, and the old age. Your argument for why the chart is a better way than the old way. And then you can turn that in using a paper, taking a picture of your paper and turn it in the picture, a PowerPoint, a video, whatever you want to do, as long as you include those different things. So hopefully that helps. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.